hairdressers cut off all my hair and now I'm bald and ugly. Hey Oddballs, it's Amy, and before I start talking about this wonderful video that we're about to have today, I want to point out that my international giveaway is still open. If you haven't entered it already, then I will leave information in the description box underneath this video. So once you're done watching this video, you can head over and go ahead and enter that giveaway and be in with a chance of winning lots and lots of lovely prizes. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about hair and the horrendous struggle many of us have faced when you want to grow long, beautiful Princess Jasmine hair and it just won't. You end up with like split ends, it's frizzy, it's disgusting, it gets to like here and then it won't grow anymore and it just becomes like a cheap wig. I have felt that pain too, my friends. But with much hard work and persistence, I have finally cracked it, I think. I finally feel that I have a really good, solid collection of products, along with a great routine and a list of do's and don'ts that I use in my everyday hair life. And now my hair is in better condition than it has been in years. It's so soft. I've cut down on split ends by probably 90% and it's growing. It's ever growing. My dream to be Rapunzel may yet come true. We'll see. So today I thought I would share those tips and tricks with you if you are trying to grow your hair and if you are having a hair nightmare. I've been there. We can get through this. Okay, so my first tip for you is one that is perhaps a little bit painful to hear at first, but you need to cut down the amount of heat that you expose your hair to. And this means that you might not be able to straighten and curl your hair every single day. I used to obsessively straighten and curl my hair every single day, maybe sometimes twice a day, and I know how hard it is to break that cycle. But as soon as I stopped using excessive amounts of heat on my hair, I noticed a huge difference. So what I did was I changed my hair washing schedule from the morning to the evening, so that way my hair could just air dry throughout the night. And what I do is I twist it up in this weird way while I sleep, and when I wake up it's nice and wavy like this. And if you guys want me to do a tutorial on how I do that, I'm happy to do that. That's fine. Sure, I can manage it. So now instead of blow drying and straightening my hair like 4 or 5 times a week, I'm only doing it maybe 3 times a month, and that in itself made a huge impact on the health of my hair because heat is not a good thing. But sometimes you simply must use heat, and that's okay. But if you are going to be using heat on your hair, you must use a heat protection spray. Recently I've been using this Toni and Guy heat protection mist. I also really like the VO5 one that comes with like a little gun shape thing. But here's a bonus tip about heat protection sprays that I never really considered, and it is that you should use them on wet hair rather than dry hair. If I were to go and spray my hair with this and then go in with my curling iron, I am essentially using heat on slightly damp hair, and that is really bad for your hair. That is why if you spray heat protection in your hair and then straighten it, you can hear that crackling sound. That crackling sound is not a good sound. You do not want that sound. So definitely use this on damp hair, and then you're protected right through for your hair drying and curling / straightening experience without any smell of burning and or sound of crackling. Avoid those as much as possible. And another tip if you are going to be using heated appliances is really look at the type of curling iron you use. So this was my old curling iron. I loved it, as you can tell. It has been through a lot. But it has a clamp, so you would clamp the bottom of your hair and then curl upwards like so. The problem with that is that you're applying the most heat to the most fragile part of your hair, which is the ends. That's where you're going to get like your split ends and your damage and your crunchiness, you know. You are literally taking it and clamping it between 2 pieces of boiling hot metal, which is definitely not great if you are trying to avoid damage and split ends. Now I use the NuMe Titan 3, and the cool thing about this is that you take it and wind it from the top to the bottom. So your ends are going to be in contact with the barrel for the least amount of time because they're the last to be rolled around. They're not being overly exposed to the heat. Next, let's talk about washing your hair. And the first thing I'm going to say to you is you should probably wash it less. I don't want to sound like I'm unhygienic or anything, but you know, if you wash your hair every day, seriously think about reducing that down to every other day. When you wash your hair, you are essentially stripping it of all the goodness that your body is putting into it. That oiliness and greasiness that you have, that's actually a good thing. I know it's gross and you really don't want to deal with it, but it's good for your hair. And every time you wash your hair, you are washing all those gross but necessary oils out of your hair. I wash my hair every other day, but if I get a day when I don't really have to leave the house, then I will let it go for another day, just to like give it a bit of a break and be like, hey, have some of that greasiness that you love so much. We're not going anywhere. It's fine. Nobody has to see it. Another tip is to not condition the roots of your hair. Again, you have natural oils in there anyway. You really don't need to be conditioning the roots. That's just going to make it greasier faster and encourage you to wash it more. Now here is where it gets a little controversial because I really like to brush my conditioner through the ends of my hair. My hair is super thick. Like when I apply conditioner, it doesn't always penetrate through all the layers I have going on. So I like to take my Tangle Teaser and just brush that conditioner through. Many people will say, never brush wet hair. But I'm here to tell you, if I did not brush my hair when it was wet and I just let it air dry in a tangled mess, I would look horrendous. I'm sorry, but that's just what I do. I feel like it really helps to distribute the conditioner and it stops me from looking like something out of a horror film. So, another great tip that people will tell you is to blast your hair with cold water once you are done washing it. I just can't think of anything worse than being in a cold shower. It just does not appeal to me in any way. So if you are like me and you hate the cold, but you really want to give your hair that extra boost that you get from rinsing it in cold water, then just fill up the sink with really cold water, flip your head upside down and dangle the ends in the cold water. And you'll save yourself from having to like be freezing cold and hating life because seriously, cold showers, just no. My next tip is to get your hair cut regularly. That's a terrifying thought for people who are trying to grow their hair or have long hair. We have all, I think, been in that situation when you sit down at the hairdressers and you're like, hey, yeah, I just like the very ends, okay? Just like the teeniest amount, just like really just this much. And then all of a sudden you're bald. It's really, really important when you're growing your hair to make sure that you get all those like split ends and damaged bits at the bottom cut off because it's just not going to be able to grow and those split ends will just like continue up through your hair until eventually it's just like a cheap wig. Find a hairdresser you trust who is not going to just chop all your hair off and then just keep going back to that hairdresser. My last tip is to just think about daily things you do in life that could potentially damage the ends of your hair. One of those things is handbag straps. When you put your handbag onto your shoulder, is it like crushing the ends of your hair? And then do you, like I used to, just pull your hair like through the strap, even if your bag is really heavy, just like, because that's not great for your hair, really. So just think about doing this instead. So much easier. And then also make sure that you avoid the number one hair enemy. These little hair ties with the metal bits really, I feel like, are unsuitable for the UK market. Let's just ban them, throw them all in the bin right now. Go do it right now. Because your hair gets all caught up in the little metal bits and it snags and breaks it and it's just awful. Don't put yourself through it. Get yourself a hair tie that has no dangerous hair destroying metal bit. And also, if you like to tie your hair up while you are asleep, then consider using a scrunchie. I, like many people, believe that scrunchies belong in the 90s, but they are super soft and they're gonna really reduce the amount of damage you do to your hair. And now, as if this video isn't long enough already, I'm just gonna quickly run through with you the products that I have been using recently that I think are the top-notch must-have if you are trying to get your hair in super good condition. Okay, so first I have my favorite shampoo, and this is the Jason and the Argan Oil Shampoo Bar by Lush. I really didn't know how to feel about a solid shampoo. It's a little bit strange, right? But it is actually so amazing. Within a week of switching to this shampoo bar, I noticed an incredible change in the condition of my hair. It just feels so much softer and shinier. I'm noticing that it's growing so much faster and also thicker as well, which for me, maybe not a great thing. I've really got enough hair. But if you are looking to grow thicker hair, then definitely I feel like this has really impacted on that as well. When it comes to conditioners, there's no real standout winner for me. Like, I tried so many of them trying to find the ultimate conditioner, but it didn't happen for me. There are a few that I really like, including the Herbal Essences Hello Hydration. It smells like coconuts, so I could be leaning towards it slightly because of that. I also like the OGX Argan Oil Conditioner. That one is really nice. And the VO5 Nourish Me Softly or Smoothly or something. That one's really good as well. So those three were kind of equal in my mind. There was no clear winner. Then when it comes to hair treatments, there is a clear winner, and it is the Hswan one from Lush. This is what those words are because I know I didn't say them right. This stuff absolutely transformed the health of my hair. After just one use, I just couldn't stop feeling it. It was so soft and smooth, and the split ends just seemed so much less noticeable. Nothing's gonna fix split ends once you have them, but you can make them less noticeable and keep them at bay. And then as you get your hair trimmed and the new hair that's growing through is in better condition, you will eventually mostly get them out of your hair system. But yeah, this stuff is absolutely amazing. I really recommend that all of you go out and try this because it was a game changer for me. Another treatment that you can use on your hair is just good old-fashioned coconut oil. It really does help to improve the condition of your hair and make it nice and soft and shiny, and it's totally natural as well, which is wonderful. What I will say is that washing oil out of your hair may not be your favourite part of the day. It's definitely not mine. But I think if you were to use this once a week and this once a week, kind of maybe on a Monday and a Friday or whatever, I'm not planning your schedule for you, but then your hair would be just like super magically wonderful. And the last product I want to talk to you about is the OGX Argan Oil of Morocco Weightless Healing Dry Oil. I really love this stuff. It's wonderful for if I'm having a frizzy hair day, which happens often. Then I will just spray a few pumps of this into the palms of my hands and work it through the very ends of my hair. Then just give it a brush all the way through. You're having actions as well. It's wonderful. It really helps to reduce the frizziness, and I also know that it's doing my hair a lot of good because it's got argan oil in it, so it's really helping to improve the condition of my hair as well. So bonus. I appreciate that this has been a very long video and I have just thrown a lot of information at you, but hopefully you found it really helpful. Hopefully you've picked up some tips and tricks to apply to your hair care routine. Like I said, since I've started applying these things to my own hair care routine, I've really noticed a difference in the condition of it and the speed that it's been growing. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. That would mean so much to me to know that I had done a good job today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please go ahead and do that and become part of the Oddball family. It's a very fun place to be, if I do say so myself. For those of you who are already subscribed and are part of the Oddball family, thank you guys so much. You mean so much to me. Much love and kisses, but not literally because the lipstick will just go everywhere. Remember, my giveaway is still open, so go ahead and enter that. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye! Killing me softly with this, no, you know that thing? Okay. Next, let's talk about washing your, ooh, hello, and go in, just, It's customary to dance before filming starts. I don't know why. 1 minute and I haven't even like got an entire face that's the same colour. Okay, now I'm starting to realise that this is not as easy as I first expected.